Hey everyone, welcome back to Installation 00. This is a pretty straightforward and simple one. This is the live reaction to the Halo Campaign Evolved trailer that released live at HCS on day one of HCS Worlds this year. I had the honour and privilege of attending the event live and spending the weekend at HCS just absorbing the atmosphere, and it was glorious. I did a recap video that's the last video just before this one, that I fully recapped the entire weekend, and I got emotional and it was messy just because it's just so wholesome and so lovely being around the community who just love the game and are just there for each other and supportive. It's just beautiful. It really is beautiful. So in any case, I had the honour of attending HCS and watched this trailer drop live with thousands of other people live at the Arch Convention Centre, and I just wanted to share basically the raw reaction footage with you guys ahead of me doing a much more detailed breakdown of both the trailer, the 1 minute 35 second trailer, and the full like 13 minutes of campaign gameplay of the Silent Cartographer. I've broken both down to insane levels of detail, as is, you know, my brand here now. I think there's a lot of things that a lot of people have missed. Even a lot of my fellow Halo YouTubers have missed, like subtle little things in the trailer and in the gameplay that hint towards some features for the full campaign, assuming they stick around, that really kind of push the bar up on what we've gotten used to as a Halo experience. Now, don't get me wrong, there are nitpicks, there are things I don't particularly like or I think they should change, but Halo Studios are being very open. They're looking for feedback from the community, so this is my kind of entry into feedback, or at least the videos that will follow this will be my entry into the feedback. But I've rambled enough. I'm just going to leave you guys now with the live reaction to the Halo Campaign Evolved trailer, and stay tuned for my insanely detailed breakdown of both the full trailer and the full 13 minutes of gameplay, including a video at the very end which I'll completely and utterly summarise my thoughts on everything. So yeah, there's a few videos out ahead of us yet, but in the meantime, enjoy the live reaction. Oh, and just real quick, obviously, if it wasn't obvious enough from the introduction to this live reaction, I am joined by the wonderful LucyJRobyn. She kind of joined the Halo community about a year ago as she started her first playthrough of all of the campaigns, and she's just now starting on Halo 5 Guardians, on her way through to Infinite, and eventually, hopefully, get it all completed and ready in time for Campaign Evolve when it releases next year. So I'll put her links to her channel and to her Twitch in the description below.
Halo Campaign Evolved is the next project coming out of Halo Studios. It is the ultimate Halo CE campaign remake. It is coming to Xbox, PC, and for the first time, PlayStation. It'll be arriving next year. We'll talk more about it. We've got Dan, Max, and Greg from the development team. Guys, let's get into this. Why is this the right game for right now?
We did this work on Halo Anniversary. I felt like there were certain things that were left unsaid. There were certain things that we weren't able to achieve at that time. There were certain things we weren't able to do.
It's a great time to revisit Combat Evolved for new players, for established Halo players, maybe even for old friends playing on different hardware today, to allow them to play together and enjoy the franchise together again.
Going back to the Halo ring again for the first time.
For the first time was really important. And then be surprised by new content and feel like excited again about exploring the ring world.
For new players, this is the right time for you to jump in. Think of this as your introduction into this huge franchise we've been building for the past 25 years.
I'm curious how you're going to focus on capturing the essence of the original, knowing that you need to evolve to kind of move the experience forward.
Yeah, from design, we don't take that lightly at all. Whenever we make a change, the number one thing was to be true to the original game.
For every one of those topics that comes up, there's someone who is incredibly passionate on the other side saying, like, that is sacred. We do not move that crate.
It's really about looking across, what we've learned over the years with the technology we've built and how we can tie that back into this experience.
So in this game, up to 4 people can play the campaign together, regardless of which platform you're on. And then, kicking it old school, we can play 2-player co-op on consoles, on the couch together, just like we did back in the original. What do you have to do differently to account now for 4 people running around?
4 different co-op counts. We will make some of the spaces larger. We also want to make sure we're authentic to the encounters themselves. So it's a balancing act between that difficulty tuning and making those encounters the right size for the right space.
I understand that we've done some special tune-up works to the beloved Warthog.
We have. There's a new seat, what I like to call the golf cart seat or the bumper seat. This is on the back of the Warthog, so now you can bring everyone with.
Mind if I join you?
Let's talk a little bit about one of my favorite aspects of the Halo franchise. What is the skull? What's cool about it? What does it do?
So is a gameplay modifier. Generally mean-spirited, makes the game more challenging for the player.
The combination of pairing of these different skulls and how that's going to create that new gameplay experience, huge amount of replay options for folks.
I love the replayability that skulls bring to a campaign. It is almost endless variety.
We have dozens of skulls this time.
The most that we've ever had in a Halo game.
Are you a lasso guy? I think you yourself told me that you don't think anyone would ever be able to complete this game with legendary all skulls on.
I don't think so. I mean, there's a lot. And so if you can do a true legendary all skulls on run, let us know. I'd love to see it. I think not even out yet.
There's one thing that this community has shown us is do not underestimate them, and they will find a way. So Halo's always been known for a sandbox. How has this evolved?
We made sure that anything we included isn't going to drastically change the way the game plays, to change the sandbox in a drastic way, but there's some really fun kind of additions, that's across enemies, weapons, vehicles, things that in the original CE weren't able to do before that you now can. You finally kill the elite with the sword. That weapon hits the floor and you can pick that up and just, kind of really take the enemy.
All these weapons, by the way, have been painstakingly remodeled, rebuilt, higher fidelity. How do all these things kind of come to life?
That comes across through the way they look, the way they sound, the effects, the actual panels on the weapons themselves, the ammo counters.
With Unreal, the fully dynamic lighting within Lumen allows us to get those effects, right? That rich plasma lighting up and brightening the environment.
Of course, one of the hallmark elements of Halo CE is what becomes kind of a 3-way battle with the introduction of the Flood.
There was quite a bit of development between Halo CE and 3 to kind of how the Flood behaved and just how they interacted with the player. So we've pulled a lot of those Flood behaviors into this game.
And I would say this is a learning specifically from CE2 Anniversary, which is just kind of that mood, the atmosphere, the tension, the horror, and really delivering on that from the way that we stage the encounters and the setup and how we reveal the Flood.
In Halo Legacy, there were some pure form units. We've pulled in a familiar friend, familiar fiend, if you will, to challenge the player.
Talk to me just a little bit about how we're approaching the narrative aspects to bring it up to the same level as the rest of this game.
I gotta get back to work.
We want to tell an authentic story and we want to level up the cinematics from the source.
Oh my god!
As we were building this out, we didn't just kind of put a new coat of paint over the original cinematics, right? We ended up revisiting exactly how they were blocked out, how they were sequenced, how they were put together, and we've done that across the board.
We have access to original source assets, original source code, and access to the original storyboards. We are remastering, remixing the music to go along with these cinematics.
We also had the core principal cast come in and re-record all the lines.
How much firepower would you need to crack one?
This really provides a degree of fidelity that we weren't able to do for Halo Anniversary.
Now would be a very good time to leave.
I'm super excited that this game will include 3 brand new bonus missions. Tell me a little bit about that.
It was really important that we preserve the original story as it is. So these missions specifically are meant to be a prequel setup for the main course. These new missions are going to offer some new opportunities for character interactions, maybe between Chief and Johnson.
We've got some new mechanics, some AI behaviors, things that haven't been done before in Halo CE.
I think we're just getting started.
So where are we right now at this stage of development? What can you share with us?
In the past few weeks, we've been able to start engaging and sending builds out to some of our community members.
We can now see so many of the elements of the level really coming together.
There's a point in every game's life cycle where it kind of just comes online.
Seeing really high fidelity versions of the cinematics, elements of the sandbox and encounter tweaks and the lighting.
You go to someone's desk, you give feedback live on an experience. To me, that's like a really exciting time in game development.
the ultimate love letter to the game that started it all. I would call upon our entire Halo community to welcome with open arms this next generation of players. I'm excited to just relive these experiences again for the first time.
Nice. Awesome.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, be sure to tap that like button. If you want to see more videos like this, be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Pop a comment down below on things you'd like me to cover in the future or any thoughts on today's video. I'll just quickly take this opportunity to thank my patrons and YouTube supporters: Falcon X003, the singular Contender class Ancilla, Laser and Spartan 0137, two of the triumvirate of minds within the Metarch of my installation. My installation's monitors: Shane, Orion, Spartan 1029, 121 Esoteric Sight, Ashley and Sylphia. The creche of sub-monitors: Legion, Ryan, Labrat, Element Zero, J3, Mr. Keys, Gunslinger Cult, Evermore's, Personal Devil, Scion Esports, Phantasma and Tony. My fleet of Strato Sentinels, my most loyal of Enforcers, and every single one of the awesome individuals helping to support the channel over on Patreon. It really does help and allows me to keep doing what I do, and I can't thank you all enough. Huge shout to my Tier 0 Transcendent YouTube members Balaz, Jimbo and Mori. Thank you for continuing to stand sentry over my installation from all threats metaphysical. And if you would like to help support the channel in a more visceral way, consider jumping aboard as a YouTube member or patron to earn tons of perks, merch and goodies along the way. Thank you again for watching, take it easy everyone, and find peace in the domain.